Hello all, welcome to my video. In this particular video, I am actually going to talk about an important concept pertaining to the OKR, KRAs and KPIs of certain leadership roles like Agile Practice Head, Agile Transformation Office Head, Agile CoE Head, and also some of the roles like Head of the Digital Engineering Practice. Okay, so the reason why I have taken this particular video is that till the level of a Scrum Master, Agile Coach, people have some kind of a clarity. Whereas for some senior roles like no, if you actually wanted to become the head of the Agile Center of Excellence, or if you wanted to become the head of the Agile Practice Unit, probably only your Agile knowledge may not be sufficient enough for you to get over there, right? Get to that. So primarily some amount of a business acumen, some amount of a financial literacy, all those things are also needed. So in this particular video, I'm actually going to show you a LinkedIn article wherein I have talked about this, and then probably I will walk through you. Okay, one second. Let me just go ahead and then share the screen. All right. So if you go to this particular LinkedIn article, right, wherein I have written as the OKR, KRAs, and the KPI of the head of the Agile Center of Excellence, head of a digital engineering practice. Okay, now for some of the people who are very new to this particular context, just to know the, just to give a flavor of this particular ecosystem is OKR stands for Objectives and Key Results. KRA stands for Key Result Areas. KPIs actually mean Key Performance Indicators. All right. So with that particular understanding, let me actually get into the crux of the article. So here, like as I mentioned, right, as a strategic advisor to the board of directors, let me share my experience in terms of how I help the organization to create a kind of a playbook and to ensure that it has all uh, these particular aspects. Now, if you wanted to double click on these particular things, first of all you may need to know the context behind it, right? You may need to be very clear on, okay, what's your organization vision, what's your organization mission, and what kind of a strategic objective is your organization is really embarking on, right, for the next 3 to 5 years, because market always seems to be a moving needle. So fundamentally your organization also need to be in sync with the business agility aspects, but then at least for the next 3 to 5 years, what kind of the strategic objectives your particular organization is currently focused on, and then what is your role definition, right? See, actually speaking, right, even if you are working as an agile coach, be it at a team level, be it at a program level, or be it at a portfolio level, from my experience, you may try to create or rather bucketize your goals into three main things. Like, one is the delivery goals, the second is the agile center of excellence or the agile transformation office kind of a goals, or meaning to say your horizontal agile practice kind of a goals, and the third goal could be the organization level objectives, right? So from that particular perspective, now if you are trying to take a user persona or a role called as an agile center of excellence, head of the agile center of excellence, typically some of the key result areas for this particular person would be how is that the person had increased the agile adoption by X percentage across multiple teams or rather team of teams, be at a typically at a DU level or at a delivery unit level or at a business unit level or at a product line or at a product group or at a line of business level. So the granularity at what extent you are going to measure it typically comes from the context. But all that I'm trying to say is when you are embarking on certain roles like head of the Agile Center of Excellence, typically the some of the parameters on which your performance will be measured is you need to be very clear on the percentage increase in Agile adoption. Then using your Agile practices, what is the percentage reduction in the time to market? Because See, now if you think from a business acumen perspective, a reduction in the time to market is really going to kickstart a better GTM, what we call as a go-to-market strategy, right? Re- okay, I understand the fundamental point that you need to develop it on a cadence, but then you need to release it on a demand, because every company is, typically have their own quarterly a kind of a release calendar. It could be a quarterly calendar, or it could be a monthly release calendar, or we have some companies who are also doing production deployments per minute also, right? If you take companies like Amazon and all. So it all depends on the context, but then all that I'm trying to say is you may need to still have that capability or the competency to always create a always churn out feature after feature, right? You may also be always be churning out the features into the production as part of your CI/CD pipeline strategies. Now, primarily you may need to focus on the reduction in the time to market. Then by as see actually what happens, from a conceptual point of view, you have three main pillars of agility. One is called the system of delivery, second is called the system of transformation, and the third thing is called the system of a continuous improvement. Now when it comes to the system of a delivery, it typically focuses on the product roadmap, your agile release planning, your quarterly okay, like your product roadmap and your portfolio vision, your agile release planning, followed by your milestone planning. When it comes to the system of transformation, it typically focuses on the agile transformation roadmap, conducting agile maturity assessment, probably creating a coaching plan, a kind of a 30-day, 60-day, 90 days kind of a rolling wave plan. And when it comes to the system of a continuous improvement, you typically take your case and backlog, which is your accommodation of your retrospective action items, and then try to embark on the journey of fulfilling the retrospective action items. So, from that perspective, or from that particular context or aspect, what I have written as one of the dimension here is implement X number of process improvements based on the retrospective, enhance the team collaboration, and you say there is an X percentage increase, right? Okay, now whenever you hear the word retrospective, do not please confine only to the team level retrospective. Absolutely no. You may still need a PA level retrospective. You may still need a release level retrospective. So the magnanimity of that particular event is been defined based on which particular construct it is being positioned, whether it's a team level or at a program level cadence or at a portfolio level cadence, right? So here all that I was trying to say is I have given some sample examples. Okay, see for example, right, in terms of your technological excellence, in terms of your innovation. Okay, how do you measure innovation, right? Probably how many ideas have been really converted it into tangible action items implemented in some projects, and what are the potential benefits. So now, when you're talking about a head of an agile center of excellence in terms of your framework adoption, in terms of your change management, so I have just mentioned whatever came out of my experience. I have actually put over here, and probably you may also need to be very clear on the business outcome. So, what do you mean by business outcome? Customer satisfaction, improvement in the CSAT score, improvement in the NPS value, improvement in the product brand index, improvement in the revenue, improvement in the profit margin. All these are kind of a business outcome, right? So these things, so depending upon whether it's a lagging indicator or whether it's a leading indicator, you may need to take a judicious call. Okay, now if you go through this particular article, right, and then I have also written about the playbook integration, all those things. Now here what I was trying to tell people is that first of all, whenever you are embarking on the journey of creating a dashboard or creating a metrics or anything for that matter, right, you may need to know, okay, what are the seven colors of the rainbow which has been which has been typically encapsulated, which is typically being encompassed in this particular approach, right? So from that perspective, if you take this particular article, I have given some segregations, okay, in terms of your delivery leadership, in terms of your technical leadership, your improvement in the operational efficiency, and even if you can bring in some kind of a cost reduction, that can also be typically taken as an organization level contribution. So I have given some sample KRAs and sample KPIs KPIs here. So probably people can actually go through it. And here I have given an extensive list. Okay. See, for example, increase in the agile adoption, reduce your project delivery time by X percentage, maintain a CSAT score improvement of Y percentage. Now see, some of the people, ask me, okay, Balaji, the metrics looks good. Where do you discuss this? That's why we have something called a QBR meeting, quarterly business review meeting. I'm not sure how many Scrum Masters and Agile coaches typically get an opportunity to be part of these meetings. But then no, I like no, I had been fortunate enough to be part of multiple quarterly business review meetings, and we have something called as an EBR meeting, which is called as an executive business review meeting, and I have also participated in something called as a EER review meeting, which is like an enterprise risk review meeting. So in those meetings we will try to see, okay, because of these particular agile practices, these particular agile capabilities, how does the project really move from amber to green, or from red to amber to green? Because even after applying all these improvements, if your project is not really getting to green zone, then what are you really doing in on a day in and a day out basis, right? You do so many things. You are implementing Scrum, you are implementing Kanban, and your cousin brother had completed a certification in Safe, so you also completed a Safe Agilist certification, and then you have invested some money in the scaled program consultant certification. You have done your certification on ICP, ACC. All these things are fine, but using these additional knowledge, additional skills and capabilities, if you are not able to create a go green plan to move your project from red to amber and then from amber to green, then what are you really doing with all these so many so called capabilities, right? So from that perspective, I have just mentioned some of the examples also. So take this as a reference whenever you are preparing for an interview for an agile senior position roles, and then you can juxtapose this particular thing with the JD of that particular position, and then take a call. And probably if you wanted me to guide you, if you wanted me to mentor you, either for preparing for an upcoming interview, or something like you wanted me to actually handhold you and then show you your path in terms of your career trajectory in agile, probably you can ping me on WhatsApp. I will be sharing my WhatsApp number when I actually upload this particular video. Now, the other thing what I wanted to show is, if you go to my website, right, balajiagile.com, here I have a free webinar on most of the Saturdays. Here you can click on this button, fill the form, and then download 50 Agile interview questions, which I have formulated it based upon my experience as an interview panel member for umpteen jobs in Agile for even more than 7 to 8 years. Like, I have been a part of the panel. And then you can look into my customized agile framework, you can look into my agile mentorship program framework, and here you can go through the multiple levels or lesson plans what I have in my agile mentorship program. Now, to quickly give you a view, if you go to AMP1, which is the preliminary level, L1 AMP, this is the lesson plan, and here I have also embedded a real time video over here. You can just play on this particular video and then get to know the real time mentoring session of the introduction class alone. The same logic applies for a L2 AMP. Okay, once again you have a real time mentoring video embedded over here. Same logic applies for a L3 AMP, right? Once again you have a real time video of the initial mentoring session, and you have a detailed lesson plan for it. Now you need to take a call depending upon where are you, in which particular lesson plan will be the closest fitment for you. See, let me tell you one thing. No certification on this planet earth is going to give you 100% capability. No training or no mentoring session is going to give you 100% capability, because for the very fact that the target itself is a moving target, right? What you consider as a competency and capability on 2nd March 2024, probably the day on which I'm making this video, is going to evolve, is going to emerge on the go, right? Depending upon the evolving dynamics of the job market, depending upon the emerging needs and patterns in the IT industry. So the point what I'm trying to say is begin the journey somewhere within the constraints. Don't look for don't look for a perfection. Start looking for progression. Had I done something today better than yesterday? Can I do something tomorrow better than today? That's it for now, right? So from that perspective, level one is typically positioned for a scrum master, senior scrum master, and a team level coach. Level two is for enterprise agile coach uh, aspirants, and level three is for kind of roles like uh, agile CoE head, agile transformation office head, head of the agile practice, wherein it's not just about agile transformation. You still need to know how to formulate the strategies. You still need to know how to have a business acumen combined with your digital transformation capabilities, your agile transformation capabilities. It's more at a strategic level rather than a tactical role. And then I have separate lesson plan for project management stream. I have a separate lesson plan for product owners and product managers. I have a separate lesson plan on organization change management, digital uh, transformation, agile for a CXOs, right? Okay, so these are all the different lesson plans what I have in my video. So what I suggest you is go through this particular article and then keep pondering on it. If you get any new thoughts, probably you can post it as a comment section on the LinkedIn itself, so that when I actually take a look into the LinkedIn, I will probably know. And for the best comments, right? And whosoever writes the best comments or gives me some kind of an insightful, I used to send my playbook, or I used to send my ebook kind of a material free of cost to them. Okay, okay. So hope to see you in some other some other video soon. All the best. Okay, cheers. Bye.